theft is a constant concern, but increasingly so around tax time. Fraudulent tax refunds cost all of us billions of dollars annually, and the problem is getting worse. It's not getting better. Whether you filed already or are pushing the deadline, tax advisor Dale Hammernick is here with some tips on how we can all protect ourselves. Dale, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Boy, I didn't know this was a problem, identity theft through, what is it, online filings?
It's electronically filing. Yeah. With the advent of the e-file system, there's a lot of criminals who are making a lot of money without having to physically go out and get it. They're just coming up with their laptop, filing some fraudulent returns, claiming refunds on your behalf, and put you in a dire straits.
Boy, I look at all the documents that the IRS says that you have to have and all these things in order to fill out my tax returns. I mean, how are they able to do it?
The e-file system says all you need is a name and a social security number to match the database. Once you're in the system, they create W-2s or they acquire W-2s, and by the time the IRS catches up to them, they already got at least a couple grand worth of money. So that's not theirs.
Some of these things, there's not much you can do, but obviously there are things that people can do to make sure they're protecting themselves as they file or even after they file.
Right. The main thing is, yeah, protect what you have. Sometimes it's happening without you knowing it. I mean, it could be breach of computer systems from your employer. It could be your information's out there. And I said they're finding ways to create these tax returns. So it gets to the point where sometimes you're going to get rejected and you're going to have to paper file it and go through the fraud department, which is a long, lengthy process.
I imagine you don't want to have to go through the fraud department for anything. If you do find yourself as a victim or suspect maybe that you've been victimized by this, what's your first step? Who's your first call? First
call is if you have a tax professional, contact them. The next part would be call the IRS. There's a hotline. Then you will have to paper mail it because you can't electronically file because the first return in the system is the first one that gets locked out. So then you're going to be assigned a special PIN number. It's called the identity protection number. That says for future returns you have to use this number so they know that's your actual return going forward.
Boy, what a mess. All right, are you seeing a lot of this out there? Are you in our area?
More and more. I said between deceased taxpayers, I got college-age kids that are getting letters that someone filed a return on their behalf, and it's getting to be a mess.
Wow. All right, well, Dale, thanks for letting us know about that, and there are always helpful tips available online. We put a link up to the IRS website on ours at tmj4.com.